Jets and Vikings kicking off the NFL in London slate, first of 3. Game ended like this. Jets having a chance to win the game with a touchdown and an extra point. Instead, Aaron Rodgers throwing a pick. Stephon Gilmore, the recipient of that turnover. And the Vikings now 5-0 for the first time since 2016. Some injuries in this game. Sauce Gardner hurt. Aaron Jones hurt. Midway through the game, did not return due to a hip injury. And for the Jets, 2-3 before they head back here in what was a pretty competitive game. It saw a pick 6. Now, getting back to Minnesota, least amount of time trailing through 5 games since 2000. They're on a list with the Saints, Niners, and Eagles. Those other 3 teams in this scenario made it to the Super Bowl. Minnesota looking to do the same in 2024. Hey there, folks. I'm Tommy Tran, joined by Pete Prisco, Jamey Eisenberg, and Logan Ryan. So the NFL in London game is over. Logan, I'm going to give you first word. We saw how it ended. What else stood out to you about Minnesota's win today?
Brian Flores, assistant coach of the year. They have the head coach of the year and the assistant coach of the year. I think how that last play played out, they really had a long day for the Jets offense. Aaron Rodgers threw it 54 times with 3 interceptions, not even 300 yards. Throw it that much and only get under 300 yards is huge. Breece Hall was non-existent. And in the last play, he put all the ageless wonder, Gilmore, on there on an island, and he walks away with the interception. So Sam Darnold didn't do much for the Vikings today, but their defense was just still too good. Their game plan was good enough to get Justin Jefferson to be effective. So I think the coaching is what got the Vikings 5-0.
He mentioned it, too many pass plays for Aaron Rodgers. Look, I love watching the guy throw the football, but you can't run the ball. He got hit a bunch. I mean, he was only, what was he, sacked 5 times, I think, and he was hit many, many more times. It felt like more than that even. So they have to cut that down a little bit. They need help. Look, one-on-one with Mike Williams, he didn't run by anybody anyways. It's a bad play call, but when you don't have any options, they need Devontae Adams. I think they go get him. The other side, I'm going to be the negative guy here.
Oh, no.
Sam Darnold did not look like Sam Darnold that we saw in the first 4 games. That's a little bit of a concern for me.
It's a good defense, though, for the Jets.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be good again. You're going to play good defenses down the road.
And losing Aaron Jones in the middle of the game doesn't help, you know, because he's been a security blanket. You saw the great catch that he made, 24-yard catch. So we'll see what they do coming out of their bye week. They do have 2 weeks now to get him healthy, so hopefully that'll be the case. Otherwise, Ty Chandler is not the complete answer. He's not a bad fantasy fill-in if you're going to go try and get somebody to replace him on the waiver wire. But look, you know what you're getting from Justin Jefferson. You know you got finally from Garrett Wilson, which we've been waiting to see. This was his first easy matchup. I mean, you know, he's had Patrick Surtain, he's had L'Jarius Sneed, he's had some tough matchups along the way. This was his first easy matchup. So Flores doesn't have the type of corner to shut down Garrett Wilson.
Gilmore.
And we saw didn't happen today. You know,
Gilmore got the win.
13, he got the win, but Wilson got the number. So the big question will be is what happens with Devontae Adams now? Does he become
he will be a Jet by the end of the week. That's my prediction.
I agree.
It makes the most sense, unless,
I mean,
of course,
you come back from London now.
This game heightened it.
unless the Saints overpay.
You come back from London, you make that deal, you get that deal done. If you don't, you're all out anyways. If they don't get another weapon into this offense is going to look like what we saw today. They need another weapon. They need to go make the move.
Just a reminder, folks, the Raiders are looking for a second-round pick. Couple of notes on Aaron Rodgers here. Did eclipse 60,000 passing yards for his career. However, he's now 27 straight games without a 300-yard performance, despite the 57 throws today against the Vikings.
Just as many passes as his age. That was good.
Yeah, just didn't know for that. Getting back to Minnesota, the division we thought coming into this year was going to be Detroit, Green Bay, and then depending on Chicago and Minnesota, Pete, that they could be contenders, and yet the Vikings are 5-0. What stood out to you? What's different than what you thought in the beginning of the season when you were kind of putting your power rankings together?
Well, when you look at the way Darnold's played up until today, he's been really good. They have weapons. They can get the ball to the weapons. The offensive line has been a pleasant surprise for him. And I think when you flip it over to the other side, they went out and got guys that love playing football. We talked about this off air. Van Ginkel, Cashman, Gilmore. You know, they love playing football, and that shows up. Flores knows where to put them, how to use them, and I think that's the biggest difference in that side of the ball, and that's why that defense has been so good.
Detroit's going to win the division, but Minnesota's been a fun
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I mean, look, you talk about tough all the time. That offensive line for Detroit, I think, is still better than Minnesota's.
They give up a lot of pass plays, though.
It's the quarterback. The quarterback is better for Detroit than it is for Minnesota.
It is, but you give up a lot of pass plays on that defense. A lot of them.
Sam Darnold's still been a pleasant surprise for everybody, obviously. And he didn't play his best game. He hasn't played the clip he's played at so far today as he has this season. But that defense is keeping him in it. And Detroit, I agree, is the favorite. But what does Jared Goff struggle against the most when he plays the Bucs? Pressure. What does Brian Flores do? Bring pressure. So this defense can keep you in every single game. And Darnold plays well enough, and Aaron Jones comes back, you get clicking with the coaching that they have. There's a reason why we're calling these guys Coach of the Year candidates. What they have with coaching and scheme, they can keep them in any game this year, keep them in the division. They're going to be a contender in the NFC.
It's been the best story from a team perspective.
Ben Johnson versus Brian Flores will be fun this year.
Ooh, I do like that. Certainly one. Yeah. Guys, certainly appreciate it. Again, the Vikings 5-0 for the first time in quite a while. 2016, the last time they found themselves in this position. We showed you a short highlight clip. Full highlights coming on CBS Sports HQ later this afternoon. For all the games, news, and scores, keep it right here, free 24/7.